Are the Phillies bringing the series back to the bank? That is my question for you, Dan. Welcome in. This is the Del Valley Sports Pod, episode number 73. We are back after a couple busy weeks. It's going to be good to talk about sports because there's a lot of them going on. Dan, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. There is no try, Colin. There is only do.
And it's do or die tonight. I mean, I was kind of uneasy about the game last night, especially the way it started, but the bats woke up. Is that a sign of things to come?
You know, it's hard to say. I mean, that's modernized Yoda, by the way.
Yes,
yeah, I don't know, man. Crazy. You know it's easy to overlook just because the focus point is how bad the top of the lineup has been. The bottom part of the lineup has been pretty awesome, dude.
They've been carrying the team. Yes.
They've been setting the table. They've been scoring the runs. I mean, if you told me Max Kepler was going to be the one to bring life into that game 2, I would laugh at everyone in the stadium would have laughed at your face. You should hear the crowd when that guy comes up to hit.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to bury the lead. Dan, you were at the game that was Monday now, right?
Yeah,
I'm
Monday.
losing track of days.
Monday, game 2, up there at the 400 level. I got to tell you, don't underestimate 400 level. It was a great experience up there.
I love being
great.
up there.
You create this like stigma after being lower and thinking like, this is way up there. Originally, we were standing room only, and then Pat was just like grinding and got us some awesome seats up there. It was a great experience up there, and the 400 level crowd was a 400 level crowd. You know, not a lot of women and children up there, so they're letting it rip. I will say, I was a little disappointed in the fans. I feel like Philly sports fans are notoriously like pretty intelligent. Some like stupid booing at times. Now maybe it was just late in the game, had too many beers, but like a walk to Muncie late in the game that was like a clear, just pitch around to get to the righty on righty, stuff like that. I was like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah,
put your thinking caps on.
When you get to the playoffs, those people down in the 100 level that you're referring to are not the diehard go to the game every week. Those are the people that spend the money. The people up with you in the 400 level are the people who normally probably sit down there but get priced out, sit up top, the true baseball fans. So I'm with you. Yeah, they probably should have known better, I think. I've never been a booer. There were a lot of boos. I'm not a fan when it comes to the playoffs. I think you need to just try and prop this team up, and the team said it. I mean, Bohm and Cassie were both like, we get so tight, the fans turn on you. I hate to see it, but we have a reputation. I feel like the fans try to live up to it, and I'm not a big proponent of that.
I don't want to hold on to this too much, but because we should talk about the game coming up tonight and such. But Castellanos brought a lot of this upon himself with the attitude stuff he's had. So I don't really feel that bad about the Cassie situation, and frankly, it seems like the booing crap brings it out of Casty, if we're being real honest. I mean, he had an unbelievable double in that game to make it a one-run game. It seems like Casty doesn't, for whatever reason, shut down from the boos, even though in the post games he chats about it and things like that. But Casty brought this on himself, and I do believe that. As far as the booing of like the Duran walkout, that was tone deaf. I mean, I guess they're like, oh, shoot, what do we do? Like, we want to get our guy hyped up. Do we do the thing? But doing all the works when you're losing 1-4, I think it was at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more of a silence guy there. I'm not going to boo there, but I'm not going to cheer. Like, I'm not going to do a fake cheer. It was a little ridiculous to do all the works. It's cool, but and I guess they're in a tough spot there because they want their guy to get pumped up or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm with you though, and I think that's what's brought us together, and is why we mesh so well, because we're pretty positive guys, and that's not the majority of Philly sports fans, or frankly a lot of fans of teams.
Yeah, now, dude, the first 2 games of the series were just gut-wrenching. They give you hope. They play like crap. They give you hope. They rip it out. And then last night, it was the team we've been waiting for the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think tonight that they keep that momentum going?
I obviously hope that they do. They got their work cut out for them.
Hope they do.
I mean, the Dodgers team is just a team filled with like Cy Young arms.
Yes.
Including Clayton Kershaw.
I was just going to say, except
the
for
announcers just
37-year-old.
Stop talking about last night. Did you watch the whole game last night? They just like
I stayed up.
Move.
I fell asleep in the bottom of the ninth when it was already in hand. But yes, I did watch pretty much the whole game.
Like even the inning after he pitched, they kept bringing him back up, and I'm like, why are we talking about Kershaw anymore?
Don't beat a dead horse.
Also, by the way, it's not like the Dodgers have more games to play, at least 2, if not probably chances are more. Like, I don't know. I thought that was a little weird and ridiculous. But man, it's crazy. In watching game 1 on the TV, I got home, I was at a wedding, and I got home and I watched it like very intently every pitch. And then game 2 live. Schwarber, I can't remember a time when Schwarber looked so uncomfortable. And I'm telling you, bro, I swear the game plan was to just throw it down the plate. Now, I'm not necessarily saying like right down the middle, but some of the at-bats that Schwarber just struggled the most was pitchers just attacking him. And I do feel like Schwarber likes it. He'll go for that first pitch. And I think one of his homers was his classic high fastball or high first miss pitch yesterday.
Yeah, high and inside, the one he drove into San Jose.
But, the other one was, I think, a 2-0 count. Like, I think Schwarber loves to see a couple outside the zone and then likes that comfortable, like, all right, you got to kind of come at me with one. I'm going to guess right. But, man, they were throwing the ball right over the plate, and he was just he was guessing wrong like every time. He was just buckling his knees and couldn't hit the ball. So I don't know the change that happened during the plane ride, but obviously some kind of change happened and he got a lot more comfortable and obviously was starting to guess pitches right a little bit. So are we going to see that locked in Schwarber? Or are we going to see the buckle of the knees? I don't know. I don't think Schwarber has great. I have it pulled up here. Schwarber doesn't have great numbers against Glasnow. He's 2 for 13, no homers. The guy that has good numbers against Glasnow and the Phillies is Bryce Harper, 4 for 12, but not a lot of homers by this team against Glasnow. And honestly, the Dodgers starting pitchers haven't let up the homers. The Phillies didn't hit a single home run in this series until last night's game. And these guys at the middle bottom of the lineup, they're setting the table. That's where we like to cash in with our big sluggers. So we'll see. Trey Turner, not great numbers. Like I said, Schwarber, not great numbers. So I don't necessarily think that we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. So to me, the big question is Sanchez going to be able to bring it like he did in game 1? So I kind of turn it back to you, I guess.
I mean, Sanchez has been lights out. Obviously, without Wheeler, he is the clear number 1 ace, and he needs to pitch like it tonight if they're going to bring it back to Philadelphia. Now, my thought on the whole thing is just it's unbelievable how different this team looks when they're playing on the road in the playoffs as opposed to playing at home. And I really think it's in their heads. Ever since they lost 2 at home to the Diamondbacks 2 years ago, they're just pressing so hard to try and win for these fans that they're not just playing baseball. They're trying to be perfect when all they need to do is just put the ball in play. You saw it. I believe the number was 1 for 22 with the top 3 of the lineup in the first 2 games. And then last night they account for
like half their at bats being strikeouts.
Yeah. And then last night they go off. Each Turner, Harper, Schwarber each had at least 2 hits, I believe. And I don't know what to make of it. It just, this team does not play well at home in the playoffs, or at least not right now. They aren't. And I said on Monday when they lost, I was like, watch, the Phillies are going to win both games at Dodger Stadium, bring it back and lose, because that's the way they've been playing. I'm going to live and breathe on every pitch tonight, and I'm going to be devastated if they lose. But if they win tonight, and I really think they have a good chance because of the pitching matchup, having Sanchez in there, if he can keep the Dodgers to 1 run through 6 or maybe even 7, I think after last night, there's confidence back in the bats, especially at the top of the lineup. This team's just freewheeling it. They got nothing to lose. That's also probably why they were playing well last night. Like, they're not – what are we going to do? Okay, if we lose, the season's over. Let's just swing the bats and see what happens. So that's my thought. I really hope they capitalize on the momentum that they had last night. They keep it going. Yeah, Glasnow is a great pitcher, but I think Sanchez is just about his equal. And, they got to Yamamoto last night. If they get to Glasnow early tonight, it spells all Phillies in my book. I just really hope it happens.
Yeah. Suarez was awesome yesterday.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, we were all questioning when Rob Thompson
Nola was awesome, too, by the way.
He got out of a few big jams to keep it at no runs. And then Suarez gives up a home run on his first pitch?
First pitch of the game,
and then we're just
home run, and he never looked back.
He didn't. But as soon as that home run went out, I'm like, really? And I'm sure we all were. But then he locked in, man. Fucking tranquilo. I think they were saying that on the broadcast. Just cool, calm, and collected. Nothing bothers him. He's like, all right, I gave up a home run. Now I'm just going to shut you down. And that was huge. Absolutely huge.
Well, what was huge was after that inning and the next inning, Schwarber comes up and he says, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you, as he says he had 2 with the second home run later in the night. But I mean, that's the badass cool stuff that we haven't seen where, okay, all right, Suarez came in, gave him a home run. Bro, I got your back. Like, I'm going to lock in, and I'm going to show them what's up, and I'm going to hit it 500,000 miles, by the way.
Yeah. That game last night was the best game the Phillies have played in the playoffs since, I think, Game 5 in Phoenix, in Arizona, when they took the lead 3-2 to come home. I was at that game. But even like last year against the Mets, they didn't look good. This first 2 games of this series, they didn't look good. But they looked awesome last night. And please, please, please just keep it going tonight. They can. They obviously have the talent. They just need to get out of their own heads. That's literally it.
They got to do the little things right too, and not
base
just
running.
Hitting, but base running and fielding. Man, look at the Yankees. Look at these teams that are just stacked, but then they get small balled to death, and they just can't play good baseball. They don't make the big play defensively. They make the mental mistake on the base paths. And honestly, like, we almost got screwed a little bit with that yesterday in a couple close calls. Mm-hmm. So we got to play good baseball, and that's one thing that scares me is that the Dodgers notoriously play high IQ baseball, and they just know what the hell they're doing out there. And the Phillies notoriously do not. So that's honestly one of the things that scares me the most is because I do think both of these teams are very good. We got a great pitcher on the bump, so therefore it's even more emphasis on those little things going our way,
Yeah, they need to play dialed in fundamental baseball tonight. If they have any running errors, fielding errors, mental mistakes on the base paths, the Dodgers are going to capitalize. They've shown they can. They have elite talent from 1 to 9, and their pitchers are stacked. Like you said, Cy Young caliber from 1 to 5 almost. And you're not going to win if you beat yourself. So I want to transition to the Eagles here. I want to get your
quick thoughts here. So just absolutely huge by the boys to rally last night to keep Duran from coming out there.
Just big time.
In a world where he comes in a close game tonight, and I really don't love the idea of him pitching 2 innings. That scares me for any reliever, especially someone. I know it's playoffs, but that always is going to scare me. It is what it is. How to go to the dugout, reset, get back out there, and get going again. But either way, the fact that he didn't have to pitch anything at all yesterday, that's huge by the guys. And I have to think that when they're out there, even though they're probably thinking like this game is over, that's in their mind too. Like, hey, let's freaking keep it going, boys. Like, let's save the guy. Let's save the closer. Like, we're thinking it. Of course, they're thinking it. So I just love how they pressed even at the end and left no doubt. And left and let Ty Walker have some fun out there, So that was great, and that's a little thing that is a big thing for tonight's game, I would say.
Yeah, I would be completely fine seeing Duran go 2 if he has to, because I don't think you have any other better option. I mean, the relievers haven't been bad outside of was Robertson in game 1, but I mean,
but that's a whole discussion too, because they did the thing where they sat him down, brought him back out,
yeah,
and then he was
Good
he
point.
was terrible.
Good point.
That stuff is rare for relievers to do that, man. And there's a certain adrenaline I think you come out of the pen with to slow everything down and then to cool off and go back out there. They just don't do it very often. That's why it makes me nervous. Do you know who's leading the team right now for the Phils and hits
in the playoffs?
Yes.
It's Real Muto, right?
Yes.
Yeah, JT's been killing it.
5 hits, a home run, a triple, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. He's been nails, dude. He's been nails.
Great. He's the JT that we saw in 2022. I mean, that was like his coming out party when he got to the playoffs, the inside the park home run. You go on and on. JT finally looks like the player he was a few years ago, even when he's had some, slumps in the regular season the last few years. He looks great.
He looks great, man.
And we need him to.
Yeah.
So what's your prediction? Are they winning tonight? Are they winning the series? Because I'm not sure if we'll be able to talk before Saturday.
I don't know if I really want to. Baseball is a very superstitious sport. I am gonna say, man, I freaking hope they win. I want them to win so damn bad, dude.
Well, let's just be fans and pray they win. I'm with you. I don't want to make a prediction.
I want them to win so damn bad. And I will say this: one thing I've been hearing a lot is because of the start time. I think LA time is 2 hours back from us.
3.
Okay.
It's 3:08 pitch in LA for them, their time.
So the shadows are going to be crazy is what I'm hearing.
I heard that too.
If you get a really rough couple first at bats, before you go, same old Schwarber from game 1 and game 2, let that sun come down, man. Let that sun come down because it could be nasty from what I've heard. It could be really nasty. Obviously, that's going to be the case for both teams, but still, don't like that. Don't like that being part of a playoff game, by the way. That's just stupid.
I know. I don't.
Sorry. Shadows, come on.
Even though it sucks for people like me who have to get up early, I would have almost rather seen them play the primetime night game as opposed to them having Brewers in Chicago play that tonight. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's just to switch it up.
It's so weird. But yeah, because it makes perfect sense that the team playing on the West Coast would be the late night game.
Yeah, it's
very
like
odd.
8 o'clock first pitch in Chicago as opposed to 3 o'clock West Coast time. I don't get it.
Yeah,
but I'm not the one making the schedule.
You're probably right. Probably just some kind of switch up deal, but yeah.
Yeah. Any last thing before we get to the Eagles? We got to keep it short tonight. I got to run in a little bit, but definitely wanted to hop on here and talk. We got Eagles tonight. We got Phillies tonight. We got Flyers tonight. It's a big sports night. I'm going to the sports bar. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, just got to set the tone. Chris Sanchez, a lot on his shoulders, man. He's done a lot for us this year, and we keep asking more, and that's what we're doing.
He's delivered.
Tonight.
He's delivered every time, and Lord willing, he does again tonight. All right, big question for you: are the Flyers winning the Stanley Cup, Dan?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm kidding. There's our hockey 10 seconds. No, the hockey starts tonight. We're going to do that hockey. They're playing down in Florida against the defending champs. Probably going to lose. I'm going to take the puck. No, I am definitely throwing in the 3-for-3 Philadelphia parlay tonight.
Oh, it's the obvious choice. I mean, it's the obvious choice.
Yeah. Any last thing on the Phillies that you want to get off your chest before we watch this once in a lifetime it seems like game? I'm gonna be chewing on my fingers. I'm gonna be having way too many IPAs to calm the nerves.
No, I'm good on it. Stressful stuff. I could talk forever about the previous 2 games. It was a magical experience going to Monday's game. It was totally magical, and it was as soon as we got that first hit. By the way, fans were back. We don't have to get into the whole discussion, but I have to say, dude, we have the runner at second, tying a runner at second, no outs, and Bryson Stott comes up, do you know how loud that? Could you have a more perfect person to come up just for the opposing team just to truly hear how loud their opposition is? It was the perfect batter because he's a good hitter, but also because this song had everyone screaming.
Yeah.
And then we'll give you a free out. But we don't have time for that. That's a whole discussion. But I can't believe that Topper was in that dugout, saw the boys rally, heard the stadium, and said,
"Let's bunt.
Let's play for the tie." That's bullshit, dude.
It's gonna if they end up losing, hope they don't, but if they do, that's gonna be the one play that I think is talked about for years to come.
Have some feel.
Have some balls.
Just feel the room, dude. Oh my gosh, they're coming back. We've done this all year. We're the Dodgers bullpen. We croak. Oh shoot, he wants to give us an out. Great. You know what? Let's run the wheel play. Screw it. Yeah, just crazy. But anyways, it's behind us. We haven't potted since then, so I just had to say it was so loud in there, and then he comes up and everyone's singing. It was just
place looked electric. I'm glad you got to experience it, even though it was a loss. Mm-hmm. So, you want to talk some Eagles?
Yeah, go Birds. Birds.
We got about 10 minutes here by my count, if that's all right with you. We'll do maybe a little 5-5. So, the Eagles lost their first game where Jalen Hurts has started and finished since your wedding day. I believe that is 18 games in a row to my count.
Yeah.
They've won some squeakers. They won against the Rams on a blocked field goal. They won against the Bucs at the very end. Almost could have lost that game for sure. This team could be 2-3, but they're 4-1.
That's football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who else? Is there anyone else who hasn't lost a game yet this year?
Nope.
Or there's no. Sorry, I didn't really phrase that right. Everyone has at least one loss this year.
Yeah, everybody thought the Bills were going to go to 5-0 on Sunday night until they didn't.
Yeah,
it's exactly. It's football. It's like baseball. You're going to win 50 games. You're going to lose 50 games, and it's whatever you do in the middle. So I'm not that mad about Sunday. I literally was sitting on the couch when they were up 17-3 starting the fourth quarter. I'm like, I have a bad feeling they're going to lose this game. And that is exactly what happened. The offense went quiet. The defense was on the field too much. They couldn't stop the Broncos. I mean, there's a lot of things that are wrong with this team. I think they have plenty of time to correct it, but it doesn't look great with the offense that Kevin Patullo is running. I have a lot of concerns. I'm sure you do too.
Well, it's 2 weeks in a row where the second half, after the offense literally didn't show up, like it stayed in the locker room. That's two games in a row where the offense did nothing in the second half, which to me is scarier than if they come out flat in the first half. Because to me, sometimes it almost feels like it shows more competence if you come out of halftime and do some things well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if that's fair or not, but that's kind of my read on it.
I would say it means you're making an adjustment, and whatever wasn't working in the first half, you're able to correct and get working in the second half. But I think it's the opposite going on for the Eagles, is that the opposition is realizing what they're doing.
They're getting outcoached.
Yes, very much so. And the team did not look good for the first 4 weeks, actually even 6 weeks, 7 weeks last year. I remember clearly the get-right game for the Eagles last year was against the Giants, week 8. They ended up being 5-2 at that point, but that was the game where, like, okay, this team's playing well. If you remember, Saquon let the young boys eat, could have gone for the rushing record. He had like 180 yards. That was when we saw the Eagles break out and become the team that eventually won the Super Bowl. So it's too early to hit the panic button, but there are a lot of concerns. I mean, the offensive line is the first thing that comes to mind that does not look the same. Yeah. Becton is a huge loss. Dickerson's obviously banged up. And this team goes as the offensive line goes. It is literally their best unit on the entire team, and I think that's, in my opinion, the reason they won the Super Bowl last year, because Saquon Barkley could get 6 yards before contact, and then if they tried to stop Saquon, there was nobody on the back end, and Jalen Hurts could throw it. But you're not seeing that this year.
Yeah, the Dickerson has been disappointing, and the line hasn't been great, and really no one's been. I mean, Hurts has had great moments, and we're just not sure where to put the blame. If it's Hurts, if it's the drama, if it's the coach, we're just not sure where to land all of that. No one seems confident in the offense on the offense. You know what I mean? Like Hurts doesn't feel confident just making those tight window passes and trusting his guys. They don't seem on the same page. Barkley certainly doesn't seem confident in his line in front of him. And they're trying to pass the ball, it seems like, a lot more to Barkley, probably because they're like, well, we can't really run it. That's crazy to say that after how last year went with this team, man. It's crazy. I'm so sick of all the drama of the Eagles. You know, you'd think that they say winning cures everything. Well, apparently that's not true.
Not for AJ Brown, it's not.
Apparently that's just not true. And honestly, hearing a lot of players' quotes, it doesn't seem like all the players are even mad at him or blaming him. It really doesn't. I've heard a lot of different comments that are like, yeah, AJ Brown should get the ball more. And so I don't understand this. I don't understand this. And AJ Brown, by the way, it doesn't look like AJ Brown gets wide open very often at all. Mm-hmm. But I think that's always kind of been him. I think that's how he does the always open thing. Like I think he's always been a physical catch pass kind of guy. I don't think he's the speedster that streaks open. So I don't know. You know, there's lists I don't have in front of me, but there's lists you can find of that people break down the different stats and stuff and show like which receivers basically create the most space on their routes. And AJ Brown is towards more so out of all the eligible receivers towards the bottom of that. But if you look at other receivers, like I think the Tampa Bay guy,
like Buka.
I think he is also way down there. So it's not necessarily a testament to being able to succeed or get touchdowns or get catches. It's just you have a quarterback that's not extremely confident throwing it in tight window situations, and that's all I can think it is, because there was one game where it felt like he was going to A.J. Brown no matter what. It was the one where we came back against the Rams, right? A.J. Brown made a ton of catches. He wasn't wide open on like any of them, bro.
He caught the ball.
He's just the bigger, better man, you know? So I don't know. I think that there's a ton of people at fault. I think that a lack of confidence in the offensive coordinator and who's in charge of all this is probably the root of a lot of this drama and concern within the locker room, obviously, amongst all of us. But the problem is, Colin, what's the answer if that is the case? What do we do? Hire a new OC in the middle of the year? Like, that's the problem with that conversation. There's no answer. There's no easy, quick fix to that.
Yeah, they have to work with what they have. I mean, the team, aside from Howie making a couple moves, they're not going to make a splash play that's going to completely change this team. Like, that doesn't happen. And Kevin Patullo just needs to figure out how to make his offense more dynamic, because it just seems so vanilla. There's no intricacy. It feels there's no like scheming where it's like, oh wow, that was a really good play. And one touch to Barkley in the second half last week, 6 rushes total for 30 yards. That can't happen. I don't know the answer. It's all on Patullo to me, and I mean, I guess the offensive line plays a big factor. It just doesn't look good. They need to figure it out.
Can I ask you a question that's a stupid hypothetical question, but technically it has kind of happened before in football?
Yeah.
Would you trade a first-round pick to get Kellen Moore back?
Kellen? Would I?
Just buy it for a second.
I mean, it would be nice. I know Howie would do a lot of things.
There have been trades for coaches in the long past, correct? I'm not actually saying we should do this. It has happened before. I thought Gruden was a guy that got traded for a pick back in the day.
Did, yeah, with the Raiders. Yeah. Yeah, that was a whole hullabaloo in the Super Bowl, because he's like, oh, he just coached for the Raiders. He knows their plays. Maybe he did. I don't know. But was Sean Payton traded? Iceman owns checks in. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I don't. Did he still have a contract with the Saints when he went to the Broncos? That's a good question. I don't know that answer. It's possible. Yeah, Sean Payton now coached us last week. That's for sure. That was a good ballsy move by him going for 2 late. I was hoping they'd stop him and that would be the game, but that didn't happen.
It was also just a disgusting game. There was so much.
It was ugly.
So many flags and then lack of flags. Football's got a laundry problem, man. It's the worst thing about football is when there's so many flags, and you don't want guys to get away with everything. But man,
yeah. And one thing
I'm
that
not
stuck out
saying we lost because of the officiating, but it was just a disgusting game.
Well, there were a lot of like missed calls on both sides. It seems during that game, and the one play I think that sticks out to me was the unnecessary roughness by Bond when he came in late on that guy. I mean, it was close, but it was definitely late, and that was just a backbreaker because that was 3rd down. They were about to get off the field. They completely changed the game. They go down the field. They score. Yada, yada. Broncos win.
It's brutal because you see the first down marker right there. He wasn't giving up. He's crawling. So then probably Bond at that point then puts his head down and is committed to making sure he doesn't get the first. And it's Bond. Like, I'm not – that dude's
not going to fault the guy.
No, not at all.
Just,
and
it's
it
an
wasn't
unfortunate
like
foul.
He's not a guy that's trying to hurt anyone. He's just he had the perfect point of view. There's the first down marker. There's the guy fighting for yards. It looks like my teammate's losing grip of him. I got to stop that guy. It is what it is.
All right. Couple minutes here. I'm putting it 2 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. It's tonight a get right game for the Eagles. And if it is, dude, we as Eagles fans say, oh, they beat up on the Giants. It's just the Giants. What are your thoughts?
I don't know that I believe it's a get right game. I don't think beating up on the Giants. I don't think that this is going to get right over one win versus the New York Giants. I think
say the offense looks great and they win 31-14. Are you feeling way better than you did the last 3 weeks? I
guess it depends how it goes, Colin. Like if Saquon Barkley runs for 120 yards, I'll feel because the Giants do have some guys on the defensive line front. So if I see the nuts and bolts, like the offensive line looking good and us running the ball well and then working off of that to get A.J. Brown on a play, stuff like that, then sure. But I guess if we win because Dart is a rookie quarterback and Scadaboo is a physical monster who
I love that guy.
No real ability. He's just
the bowling ball.
He's not good, right? He's just crazy, right?
I think he's pretty good.
I would not want him on my team. I don't think. Not as my starting running back, but watch. Maybe I'll
that's fair. He's exciting though. He's an exciting player to watch.
He's going to get the Madden cover and be the next Peyton Hillis.
I hope not. He's on my dynasty team.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to believe that on a short week after one of the only loss of the year that everything is going to be repaired. So maybe that's me being pessimistic, or maybe it's just me being realistic. That's what we need to see. We need to see the offensive line and the run game actually get going, and then everything else I think will work out much better. I really do.
I think if the Eagles win handily tonight, we could compare it to what happened with the Phillies last night. Okay, they looked great, but that doesn't mean it's going to keep going. They need to make sure they do it consistently. They have 3 good games here to get their shit figured out against the Giants, Vikings, Giants, and then they go on the bye week. So they got 3 weeks against mediocre opponents where they can really try and figure out what's going on with this offense and try and get it rolling to the point where they did last year. I'll go out on a limb and say it. I was thinking this on my drive home from golf. I will say that I don't think this team, as currently constructed, is good enough to win a Super Bowl. Now, that might not be a crazy hot take, but based on what we saw last year and what we've seen thus far this year, that's my stance. They need to fix a lot of this stuff if they're going to be the same team or even close to what they were last year. Those are my closing thoughts.
Yeah. I by the way, also the Giants don't even have Malik Neighbors tonight. So
yep.
This is the defense needs to dominate.
He's out for the year, right? Torn ACL.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's done for the year. Which sucks. He's another player that, even though he's on the Giants, he's an exciting player to watch when you're watching Red Zone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong, but I don't know. I don't know. I think that they have a lot of talent in the building. I think that they need to find the right voice. I think more of that side of things than this team isn't good enough. I think it's more of a coaching voice situation.
I agree.
But maybe we'll have another bye week, another shaved head, and we'll find the right voice.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's see some Sirianni shaved head. All right, Dan, this has been fun. This was a nice little quick hitter. We got a huge sports night ahead of us. We're going to cut out of here. I'm going to make it to the bar so I can watch the game. Go Phils, go Eagles, go Flyers.
Go Fly, guys.
I hope we wake up tomorrow morning and the Phillies are still in it and the Eagles look great. I'm going 31-18 for my score tonight. Do you have a pick?
I will go Eagles 28, Giants 10.
There you have it. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody to throw the ball to. They ain't got anybody to throw the ball to. Been there.
Let's see the defense have a good game tonight. Defense has been carrying them. But all right, that's been episode number 73 of the Del Valley Sports Pod. Dan, as always, this has been a pleasure. I think we found our groove. We'll be able to get back on next week. And, this is going to be fun. Great night in sports. I hope everybody out there enjoys it. I hope we go 3 for 3.
Let's get some shore bombs.
Go Phils, go Birds.
Philly.
Iceman, great show. Appreciate that. All right, guys, we will check in with you guys next week. Root your asses off tonight. It's going to be a fun one. We'll talk to you guys next time.